go. Good day, everybody. My name is Todd Stein. Thank you for tuning into my live show today. Just gonna take a second here to let the everybody come on board. We're going to talk about and answer questions about Sasquatch and Bigfoot. The past couple shows, I've been going slow through the questions. I'll try to go a little faster today so I can get through more questions. So this live show, we do this live show weekly, and I just am absolutely astonished by the level of questions that come in on this live show from people. It's absolutely amazing, and I look forward to it every week. I really, really enjoy the show. I feel like I'm so challenged by the questions that you guys ask. There's some really, really intelligent people that come on and just blow my mind with absolutely amazing questions. Um, I have a couple announcements that I'm going to make today. I'll do that a couple minutes in. Hello, Jason. Hello, Rooster Cogburn. Rooster Cogburn is the first person to talk. That's an old school dude. Let's talk about that. The difference between old school and new school, because man, there's some changes happening right now that are really, really significant. So old school was tough and grind and work hard to facilitate your results. And now I have a tendency, and I think a lot of my colleagues have a tendency to want to really think it out, be technical, worry about your technique. Your timing is important. I know this sounds like I'm talking mixed martial arts, but it's not. So your timing, your technique and what you do and how you do things, how you represent, how you move in the wilderness, how you connect to the wilderness, all these things are so immensely important. So I have an announcement, guys, and I'm gonna wait till at least 10 minutes in for the show to populate. In the meantime, hello Jason, hello Lance. Looking forward to this weekly update. Hello Susan. Waves from Montana. Man, I love Montana. I sure miss Montana. Montana is just Alberta. For you Canadians or for you people that are in Montana, Alberta is just like Montana. You literally like the terrain is the same. It's just so amazing. I think it was around the time I was getting into Montana, there weren't many grizzly bears before, and now the bears are repopulating. They're allowing that to transpire. So I know there's a lot of controversy with the wolves in Yellowstone, but in case and I am going to take a stance on it. I'm a profound supporter of the importance of wolves. They are a keystone species, and I will butt heads with anybody who thinks they're vermin and should be exterminated from ecosystems. I'm a powerful proponent of wolves. I absolutely love the wolves. And nature has shown us time and time again, if you don't have wolves around, the elk and the deer and the ungulate population become very unhealthy, and it damages and destroys everything. The ecology literally falls apart, turns into swamp. The animals die in a cesspool of their own detriment without the incredible, amazing wolves. And bears and mountain lions don't cut it, ladies and gentlemen, not at all. So trust me, I know. I live in Canada, and I watched and was involved in the transportation of wolves into Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park is a beautiful, amazing place. It would be a swamp, and the animals there would be dead and dying if it wasn't for the wolves being put back in. So that's how I feel about wolves. And I know there's a lot of hatred going around on them and people talking bad about them. They do, they kill cattle. They're the worst out of all the predatorial species. They're the worst for killing cattle, and that's why they get a bad rep. Follow the money, right? Cattle herders don't like their cattle being killed. They have to work harder. They have to put extra effort into taking care of their cattle when wolves are around, and they don't want to do that. They'd rather just exterminate an incredible, amazing species that creates ungulate health and makes so much, guys, so much in nature becomes so incredibly healthy when they're wolves. It's not just the ungulates, it's the birds, it's coyotes overpopulation damaging the smaller animals, like the balance, the trees, the plants die without the wolves. And if you don't understand that that's literally the circle of life with that, I mean, it's not literally the Lion King is not lying. Without a proper ecosystem, when the hyenas take over in absence of the lions, I don't know about this in Africa for sure, but I'm telling you, that representation of way the whole ecology totally fell apart and was destroyed without that lion properly doing its job. That's what happens, and it's a freaking scary thing. We've got to let nature has evolved over so many tens of thousands of years, and it needs to have its minimal keystone species, and that's why this this discovery of Sasquatch is so important, guys. So, so important. We believe that the apex species in these ecologies are wolves, and they're not. It's the Sasquatch. They're apex. So let's ask some questions. Awesome. I caught it live, Todd, and everyone. Hello, Jeffrey. So, hello from Minnesota. Look at these people. Iowa, all over, man. And there's my brother. Hello, uh, Macaw Elder. Hello, hello. Top of the day. So you're gonna be really featured, my friend, in an upcoming video. So pay attention. I've been doing Nia Bay stuff. I guess you were quite a bit featured in the last one too. So definitely old school. Rooster Crogburn. Are you old or are you old school? I appreciate these young people that are coming up old school. Hello, James. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. Yeah, and that's what's going to be coming up. Is some stuff's going to be happening with James too. So hey, Todd, big fan of the mountains of North Georgia. I'm assuming NGA. That's fantastic. I haven't been to the mountains of North Georgia. Think a Sasquatch can take out a bear? Oh my goodness. No, I don't think. I absolutely 100% know that Sasquatch literally have what I would call bear jujitsu. They will one. I was in an area where one, I'd say about a 14-year-old male Sasquatch whooped the ass of a fully grown, 12-year-old grizzly bear, fully developed, fully grown male grizzly bear boar monster, got his ass handed to him. This Sasquatch didn't even call for backup. So, and I see it so much in the ecology. I think a lot of times a bear is afraid of me. In the real hardcore backcountry, a bear thinks I'm a human and just a bear doesn't see me as a human, sees me as a Sasquatch and runs because he's terrified. And in my area, this is something I'll tell you guys I've never talked about. Why is my area so safe? Why is like literally nobody's ever been injured in any way, shape, or form? No mountain lions, no bears, wolves don't hurt people. So what the hell's going on? How come it's so safe? It's Sasquatch country. It's Sasquatch habitat. I'll tell you something. I see the bears step quickly through my research area where the Sasquatch are making breaks, leaving their scent. They move fast. They get the hell out of there. They don't stay because the Sasquatch they just know about Sasquatch. The Sasquatch leave a scent. Bears are highly sensitive to smell. It's their number one sensory perception, and the Sasquatch just keep those bears away. So I do too. I work hard to make sure that happens, but I've just come to the point where I can just see it's clearly that the Sasquatch just keep them away, and the bears want to stay away from Sasquatch as much as they can. And the bear, and I also know about Sasquatch that they have their ecological niche. They're really comfortable there. And they know that there's bears and they know the bears have a place and they let the bears have their spot. It's not it's not very often they'll really coexist with bears. They just let the bears have their spot, the bears have their berries, the bears have their hunting, and this all transpires and it's allowed. Same thing with the wolves and the mountain lions. The Sasquatch they love all of nature and they let the predators thrive. Absolutely. But there are limits to what they're willing to tolerate. So I literally I believe that there was a spot in Montana, speaking of Montana, where there was an area where the Sasquatch were very defensive of this particular spot. And I couldn't get into it. It was private land and it just never worked out where I could get up there. It may have been a grave site for Sasquatch. And I remember a coyote got in there one time. I'll tell you guys, my God, I never saw a coyote run so fast. Like this thing was like blasting, like in terror. The Sasquatch ran him down and whooped his ass. Like I literally, so I had my camera and I'm gonna film. I'm like, what the hell's going on? There's all this screeching and stuff. I didn't hear anything Sasquatch. It sounded like a coyote thing. So I just wasn't really interested in filming it. And I saw a coyote just smoking out of these hills. Man, I'm looking at this coyote. Wow, he is so booking it. Didn't think to record it. I don't know why. And then the coyote came up and turned and pivoted and looked, and then he hit it even to a higher. Man, he's moving so fast. I was so impressed with his movement. Boom! Out of the trees came a Sasquatch, and man, I only saw that Sasquatch for a really short distance of time, but I saw him overtake that coyote and whack him in his ass. And the coyote just spun out, went, wah, 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 just squealing. The Sasquatch didn't want to kill him, but he sure wanted to teach him a lesson. He was pissed off at that coyote, and I'll tell you, man, that was so devastating to see that I had an eyewitness with me and I just couldn't believe my eyes. Like the Sasquatch was moving so fast, and even he had angles, and he knew how to move through the terrain where the coyote was coming off another way. He knew to be over here in this direction, and it was just like it was so brilliant and amazing and spectacular to watch. And it was I can't really, if when I think about it, I cannot identify how old that Sasquatch was. He was so big, they're so enormous. And just to see him move like that and then reach down as he's running, like when you're running at that velocity, you like runners don't bend down and smack things. This Sasquatch was like bolting, and then he reached down like nothing at speed and gave that coyote a whack. And even he kind of moved out of center and then back into it. I just, yeah, just this is why you need to understand. I'm just in absolute awe of these beings. The stuff in Montana, I heard an accounting where a lady told me that she believed a Sasquatch overran a pronghorn, which is always also called speed sheep in Montana. And I just believe it after what I've seen. That means Sasquatch may very well are without are if they can outrun a speed sheep. Speed sheep are really the fastest terrestrial animal on the planet. So over a long distance, they are over anything over 500 yards. Speed sheep are the fastest. They A cheetah can go 70 miles an hour. Speed sheep are hitting like 67 miles an hour, but they'll maintain it for like 5 miles. A cheetah will maintain it for 300 yards, maybe 400 yards. Anything after that, he's done. He cannot maintain that velocity. And I've even heard that, in fact, that they've clocked speed sheep at up over 70 miles an hour now. No one's really trying. It's just like cheetah's the fastest animal on the planet. That's cool. Even for acceleration, I don't know. I think those pronghorns, man, they are so fast. Man, they move fast. Incredible agility. So, and that's something to be proud of because that means the fastest animal on the planet is not in Africa. It's here in North America. And I think that's amazing. So, more questions. Why did they have grizzly in my mountains till 4 years ago? Well, why didn't they have grizzly? They're expanding eastwards. Well, yeah, the grizzly bear populations are being allowed to come back. So a lot of people are against. Most people are against it though. Like in California, oh my God, they're so against it. And it must be if they let them go, they'll get back. They'll keep expanding. So because they're in Montana and they're going to push down over through Idaho, possibly in Washington State, down into Oregon, and they can survive in those places. We just have to allow Americans have to allow it. It's up to you guys in America. So, but they were wiped out. Absolutely. In case you don't know, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty much sure it's the state of California's flag is a grizzly bear. And ironically, when the last one was killed, some dude shot it in the eye with a 22, went into its brain. A 22 can't kill a grizzly bear, but if you shoot it in his eye, it'll go into his brain and kill him. That's what allegedly happened. And they were actually, the newspaper ran a story and they were so proud of it. The last one's gone. There's no more bears. And for me, that's very perplexing because they were the state animal. What, are you going to change the flag now? They didn't. I just think that's something to be very ashamed of, and people's human behavior is very confusing to me. I don't, I don't. In the past, I've never done search and rescue on people. I don't like tracking people because people don't make sense to me. A bear, an elk, a moose. They make sense. I know where they're moving. I know why they're moving. There's water. There's food sources. They're evading. They make sense. People, I don't know what the hell. I've tracked people. I just don't get it. I can't think like a person. And when a person panics, they just do stupid things. They do the dumbest stuff. In case you don't know, just as an example, when people are freezing to death right before they die, this actually happened to me. I did this. I was doing search and rescue. I've done it a couple times. Right before they freeze to death, they take off all their clothes. So you're freezing to death. You're a human being. You're gonna die. You're so cold. You're literally freezing to death. You take off all your clothes and even your shoes, and then they walk in the snow. Super cold weather. You're freezing to death, and you'll see their frozen body within 100 yards or so of the clothes. I literally remember calling search and rescue, and there's the bodies are within. When you're in the middle of nowhere and you took off all your clothes, you're dead. You're so dead. If the trackway, especially the trackway, is old, a day or so, you're just gonna find a frozen corpse, and I don't want to see that. That's how I don't want to say crazy, but it is. That's how crazy people do. They do craziest things. I saw a person walk down over towards a highway and then walk back off in the bush. I'm like, they got within 200 yards of the highway. There's trucks going by, and they turned and went back, and then they died. They didn't see the highway there. Couldn't hear the cars going by. I just don't like the things people do. Just blow my mind, and I don't want to do search and rescue because to really this came into. I'll tell you guys about skinwalkers, the real skinwalkers that I know of, that the Cree and the Blackfoot and the natives that have trained me have taught me. A skinwalker was when you wear an elk hide and you walk around and think like an elk, so you more effectively can hunt them and learn about them and study them. So that's what a skinwalker is supposed to be. So you know, uh, you get into the mind of the being that you're tracking. And it's really personal to me. Tracking is very personal, very. And the natives talked about that. I've seen. There's a famous guy who wrote a book that I read, Tom something. He talked about how personal it is to learn about tracking, to have the gift of following different beings, because you get into them, you feel them, you move with them. I don't know any other way to do it. It's a very intimate experience to track somebody, in my opinion. That's how I do it, and that's how I've been taught. And I don't want to get into the mind of some kook who's just doing the dumbest stuff, who's basically like losing his mind, going insane, doing the craziest thing. So it's just not for me at all. So, hello, Royal Creations. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friend. Happy to have you. Thank you so much, Andy. Everybody saying boom. The Sasquatch love to be called boom. Hello, Jody Brooks. Thanks for tuning in. Nobody special. Nobody special. It's hilarious. What group of Sasquatch do you think is most acceptable to human contact or communication that you work with? Well, I spend the most time with radium. I've built a relationship with radium. It's just you have to go try. You're only going to know through trial and error. Go if there's a group of Sasquatch and you know they're there, then go do trial and error and work it out. And if they don't like you, you get a perspective. You really have to. Common sense won't work with this stuff. You have to be intelligent. You have to be intuitive. You have to be able to deduce your way in and out of situations in a very intelligent way. We're human beings. The reason we're the one of the, I guess, the dominant species on the planet. I would argue that with Sasquatch, but we're the known dominant species of the planet is our intelligence. That's it. I can go out and whoop a bear's ass because I have a gun. If I go naked and go fight a bear, I have no prayer. And no, the toughest human being in the world couldn't take on a 4-year-old black bear, female or male. He would die. He would have no chance. There's no way he comes out of it. You can know all the bear jujitsu in the world. You're not going to win without your brain. So we got to use your brain, people. You got to think your way through it. You got to be intelligent, read books, study things. I highly recommend gorilla behavior is amazing. Just even primate ecological studies and behavior of them. Learn because you can deduce a lot from primates to wild primates to Sasquatch. So just got to think. Got to think. So important. Hello, everybody saying hi. Everybody's it's so awesome. We have such a nice family of people here. Hi from Florida, Tapio Forest. Man, Florida's always calling me too. I gotta get down to Florida and do some Sasquatch research. Hi, Todd from Scotland. Do you think Sasquatch are in Great Britain? Oh man, that's such a. I really upset people when I say I just don't think so. It really ticks people off, but I don't see the evidence. I've really listened to some good people who heartfelt believe they're there, and I'm just not convinced, guys. Just not convinced. I have people out there in England, in the whole, I guess, in the United Kingdom, excluding Ireland. I don't think anybody's ever accused Ireland of having Sasquatch. So, and I just can't see it at all. It's not in history, and we've been in the UK for so long. That's where I'm half English, and I just can't see it. It actually is. It seems kind of preposterous to me they could be there. And maybe I'm wrong. Take everything, I don't know everything. I don't. I have so much to learn. Like if I come off as other than that, I apologize. I know what I know and I'm confident in my theories and I can really back them up with real data, with real knowledge, with real boots on the ground knowledge. I can back up my theories. But I'd be so excited to have them change. I'd be so excited to have someone evolve the tree breaks to go to another level. Oh, the tree breaks mean this. Oh, the tracks are designed for this. This is what it means when they do the wood knocks. And I would just love it to go to another level. But these are my theories as they sit. And disprove me. Let's grow. Disproving me and showing me another theory is correct moves us up. That's how real. I know it's science, but it's just how growth and forward movement in this study and this research will move forward. I'm very agreeable to that. But so Andy's asking us to people to subscribe. Do feel free to subscribe. Thank you, Andy, for that. There is a significant amount of information in there. Yup, Yodi. Hello, Royal. Boom, Todd. Glad you're feeling better. Agree. Wolves are a key species, and specifically in the ecology, they're known as a keystone species, and that's so important, guys. I am feeling a lot better. I won't be coughing today. And man, I'm ice bathing. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm working out. Like man, I want to stay so healthy, so healthy. Susan says, please hit the thumbs up. That would be nice. Thank you. World Creations is a picture of a wolf. I just love wolves. I really like bears. I learn about bears. They have a place. I'm not a bear guy. So I learn and I have significant knowledge of them because they're a danger to me. And mountain lions, they're amazing. They're really cool. They do amazing stuff. But I mostly learn about them because if I didn't have knowledge of them, if I was ignorant about them, they are a danger to me. I learn about wolves because I love the wolves. Man, I love them. I'm a big dog person, you know, and like bears aren't like dogs. Bears are solitary animals. Dogs are packs. Wolves are packs. Dogs and wolves have incredible similarities. I have a Rottie I could take through downtown New York without a leash on, and she just loves me and listens to me. She's part of my pack. I leave the gate open in my backyard. She ain't ever going anywhere. I never had a fence in my backyard for 4 years. She'd go outside and come straight home. Never run across. There was a busy highway there. She never ran across. How did I do that? Because I'm a dog person and I love the wolves. Just love them. I study them for fun. They're not a danger to people. They have never harmed somebody without a good reason, without having been fed. If you feed a wolf, they'll kill you. You don't feed a wolf, you're safe. So, and they're the apex species. They're the most dangerous species out there. If they would kill people, they do not. It's all about the money. Isn't that ironic? Bears and mountain lions kill people every year. Literal predatory attacks to kill people, and they succeed many times a year in Canada, many times in the United States. Wolves have never done that, and yet there's this big hate on for them. Follow the money, right? If it affects the money of agriculture, it affects the farmers. Hate them. Hunting guides hate them. They kill all the elk. They're monsters. No, it's called equilibrium. Look it up, dumbass. That's how nature creates. Only the strong survive. They're so keystone. They're so important. And you know, I can't tolerate people besmirching them. And if you feel that way, I'm sorry. Let's still get along and do our Sasquatch. But man, please don't hate on the wolves. DBL Ot Buck Prep. I don't know what that means. Hey Todd, my name is Andy from New York. I've done a little research. I'm not close to being in your league. Keep it up. Well, what a nice thing to say. Let's get you there. Expedition. Hey, we're 20 minutes in. So I got spots for expeditions, ladies and gentlemen. So uh, I have a cancellation or two. Might be able to work in with me, but there's an all girl expedition. That's right. The lady you've seen on the show for the first time ever is going to host her own expedition all by herself. How guys? I want to talk about this for a minute because there's a lot of that transsexual stuff going on. I have a perspective. I know what a woman is. I know a woman is not just a human female adult. That's the definition. It's more than that. They're feminine, they're beautiful in very, very special ways. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I don't hate on anybody at all. People are free to do what they want, but only women should be allowed in women's bathrooms. Only women should be able to compete against women. Why am I saying this? Because I want you all to know something. The greatest primatologists of all time are Diane Fossey, Jane Goodall, and Broody Gattagus. Women. I am so excited to know that Ashley Ann, who you've seen in my videos, who you've seen, sitting beside me, my very personal partner, so my lady, is gonna do her own expeditions. She's so ready. She knows the rating area. The ladies that are coming on board are very, very excited, and I'm thrilled to have an all girl expedition go out and be girls. So for all of you ladies that were potentially a little concerned about, like I I'm a man going out with a man. Like I'll keep you safe. Ash will keep you safe. And I just think it's amazing that we're going to have an all-girl expedition. Ashley shines in a beautiful way out in the wilderness. Like she's such an introvert, but not when she's in the wilderness. She shines. She forages. She collects. She's brilliant and amazing. She's a women. I always have encouraged them to be a powerful part of this cooperation because it tends to be heavily men weighted, and that's fine. We need the ladies. We need that feminine touch. And I'll tell you, this expedition, I'm so excited about it because I'm such an equal rights guy. I love the way women bring something. I love the masculine and the feminine so much. I work on that all the time. I hope you do too. Embracing your masculinity, embracing your femininity in its purest form. It's a beautiful, brilliant thing, and that's happening. And so for you ladies who are interested, go to the website, send me an email. There are all girl expeditions going on, and Kyle is doing expeditions as well. So there's going to be crossover. You're going to meet me. I'm going to be here. These are Ashley and Kyle are my people. I'll be around. I'll be out and about and doing stuff. So you're not going to be, totally dogged, but like I'll be there. I'll see you. I'll do some talking with you. I'll be around to help out and give my input because I am protective of everybody and I want to make sure everything's running smoothly. So it'll be running very safe. But I've expanded. I have new people doing expeditions, and if you want to get a hold of us, so do it. Get on board. Reach me. It's discovering Bigfoot. Oh, Andy, but you know what? It's Bigfootencounter at gmail.com is the way to reach us, or I'm just gonna say it. There's another email, northbigfoot at gmail.com. Just go to the website, discoveringbigfoot.org. You need to have a look through there. These expeditions aren't free. There's a cost. We supply everything. We supply all the food. We take care of all the food. As I was saying earlier, the most dangerous thing out in the wilderness is feeding a wild animal. A wolf will kill you if you feed it. So will a bear and a mountain lion, and food brings them around. So we take care of all of those precautions very, very extensively. So you don't bring a single piece of food. You don't bring a sleeping bag that could smell like bacon. Nothing. You bring your own clothes, and we supply everything. It's in a beautiful tent trailer. We have electric bikes we drive around. The expeditions are absolutely gorgeous and one of the most beautiful places in the world. I can't tell you how many people from Texas, from New York, from Alabama, from Ontario, all over the world that come out and literally flatter me the most by literally telling me that this is Kyle, Logan. I'm going to start Stefan, Rich, Doug, Art, all these people that have come out from all over the world and have told me literally this is the most beautiful place they've ever seen. It's really so beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with it. You'll learn so much on these expeditions. And 2023, wow, it's going to be the year. So that's the announcement. There's going to be a video on it as well, just talking about the importance of getting that done. And I'm I have, if you don't know much about Kyle, there's going to be information on Kyle. So just send me an email. I'll introduce you to Kyle through a video that I have him. He's in the documentary. The documentary is not getting released yet, not because of me, because of the distributor. So they're just doing their thing with it, but the documentary is done. Kyle will be in that significantly. And you see Ashley all over my YouTube. You'll become familiar with these people. They're not strangers. So that's my announcement. I'm really excited about that. So um, so excited. Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. Hello, my friend. Thank you for tuning in today. Boom, James, Andy, Amanda. Oh, look at this. The family's all hanging out. Let's hope we don't cause so much deforestation that the Bigfoots don't evolve their thinking and we end up in a real life Planet of the Apes situation. Yes, let's really hope that doesn't happen. So, pretty scary stuff. All the force that we're taking, it is very scary. Scott, love your videos in the field. Thank you so much, Scott. Because I haven't been doing that much, a little bit. I go out in the field with Ashley and I'm doing my weekly videos with her. So, hello from Stony Creek, Ontario, Canada. Love the lives. Thank you so much, Pam, for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Please hit the thumbs up. Says Andy. Thank you, Andy. Scott's from Mississippi. Just did sorry, Andy. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself. Any chance they all hunt together? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean they do coordinated attacks. They stalk me together. I just told somebody today. I was having a conversation with somebody who thought there was one Sasquatch around. I go, dude, there's no chance it was one Sasquatch. If you're in their habitat, the one Sasquatch that you know is there is not the one you would even should be worried about. It's the other two that's off on your left and right. I showed that in my documentary. I'm moving towards a Sasquatch in video 6. One's growling off to me on my right, and they hit me with a log from my left. They always triangulate like that. They're probably behind you in all directions. Like, of course, there will be a time when they can be alone. I have seen them solo hunt. So, especially in Montana, was a place I saw one Sasquatch trackway following one elk, a significant difference distance. He hunted that elk down, killed it, picked it up alone, and carried out alone in the trackway in the snow. There was no other Sasquatch around for miles and miles and miles. So they can do it alone, but why? Be coordinated. So of course they're gonna. That would be so easy. That's fish in a barrel, right? That's you scare them and run them down this pail, and I'm just gonna jump out and grab me one. So, yeah, and there's more to it than that. They are so, oh my god, the things that they could probably just stun an animal with infrasound. So, greetings. This is Cappy McCap. I don't like saying Cappy McCappy. Almost sounds like crappy. Greetings. I just saw the video. Nia Bay. I'm in I'm in Hood Sport. I didn't know that, and I don't know where Hood Sport is. Hood Sport. I'm assuming that's close to Nia Bay. So, huh? How do you get a hold of people from Nia Bay? I don't know. Brian's on here. So Larry and Analia. Huh. Well, if you're interested in stuff, there's watch my previous videos. There's a link to Larry and Analia, their experiential telepathy. If you don't know, I'm teaching, so the Sasquatch are telepathic. I'm teaching telepathy now, or my colleagues are teaching an excellent course in telepathy. It's the telepathy to help understand and communicate with Sasquatch, but it's life changing for everybody. Everybody should be taking this course. It's absolutely, it'll awaken you to a brand new world. You literally are blind if you're not telepathic. It's the most important sensory perception, and with telepathy evolving and changing within yourself, you are capable of that. In case you don't know, you will grow and expand your awareness, and you will literally awaken to a brand new world. That's how you communicate with Sasquatch. So I don't have it in the link today, but the course is absolutely imperative. And Larry and Analia are in Nia Bay. If you can go to that website, that's on a link from last week's video, then or even go to my website. It's on my website now. The telepathy thing. Go to the website, click on it. That's Larry and Analia, and that's how you can get to Nia Bay. My phone is FD up tonight. That doesn't sound good. Central Michigan Bigfoot and wildlife. Is it possible? Just wonder if Todd has experienced it. Oh, experienced what? They hunt together. Jason, are you talking about experiencing them hunt together? I've had many hunters tell me that the Sasquatch have herded deer towards them. Just deer. On multiple occasions, people have called me and go, I think there's Sasquatch out here. Montana was one of the places, literally. The gentleman called me and goes, it was weird because I go out there and I get a deer like the same day, and the deer would come running towards me and I just shoot it. And then he started figuring out that it was Sasquatch and that they were doing that to help him because it just liked him. And what an amazing thing. So they were using coordination, or even knowledgeable enough to know there's a hunter down there to scare the deer down towards him, and then the hunter got his deer. So they're so light years ahead, guys. Though, like, such an incredible species. I literally am just trying to. The stuff that I'm getting. I mean, it seems like I have significant knowledge, and I really do. I have a significant amount of knowledge. I can answer our questions, but I'm literally looking at them through a peek hole like this. There's so much more to this. I know enough about them to know I really don't really know that much. I know enough to satisfy these questions and our questions when people are learning. When you get to a higher level of expertise, I'm just learning like all of us. There's so much to know. So Willie, Doit, and Betty don't. Do you think the tree breaks are a warning to let us know that they are there? Yes. I don't know about a warning, but they want to be acknowledged that they're there. Absolutely. Are they a form of communication among themselves, or both? Both. I've seen Sasquatch tree breaks for us on the trails. They're obvious that you have to walk past, push through. They're so obvious. And then I've seen them way in the backcountry just for Sasquatch. I'll tell you about one of my expeditions with a U.S. Ranger, a military Ranger, retired, or not retired, just didn't work as a Ranger anymore, well, honorably discharged or whatever. But he had all his gear on, and he had a cool Sasquatch encounter. One came charging us. It was pretty impressive. I thought that was the highlight of the trip. He said no. I go, what was your highlight? He says, I literally said, Todd, I want to go over there. Have you been over there? And I went, not exactly there. So we went over there, and we found a line of tree breaks that the Sasquatch did for Sasquatch, and they were unreal. It was like a line of them about 50 yards apart, clearly pointed towards the road, but where a human being would never walk. And there were Sasquatch tracks around it, and it was Sasquatch tree breaks for Sasquatch. And he felt that he was the reason we discovered that. And although we had a significant encounter that was mind blowing to me, a Sasquatch charged at us. It was amazing. That wasn't the highlight of his trip. The highlight was him, telling me to go up there and us finding those breaks that were clearly Sasquatch tree breaks for Sasquatch. And when he got up there, like he was pretty convinced the tree breaks are legit and real. And when he got up there, he was like, these are real. Like they really do. Like it looked like a fence line. Like they were just 60, 70 yards apart. Another expeditioner of mine, Stefan, noticed there was spacing that was linear. Like the layers, guys, of the reality of tree breaks it's just staggering. And yeah, so they do Sasquatch tree breaks for Sasquatch. If you go back to Nia Bay anytime soon, I would like to meet you there, and I'm not far from you. Well, I go back once a year, and I really announce it like crazy. So this year it was May, June, July, or sorry, January, February, March. I think it went late March, early April, and that was too early. So next year it'll be probably later April. I'll be going there just because I can't go out here. That's not why I love it there. I have the people that are amazing, the relationships I've built are amazing. I can't say enough good things about how absolutely amazing Nia Bay was for me. I'll be going there for the rest of my life and bringing my family. It's very personal to me. This discovery is very personal to me. And then when people trust me and like there were little hikes that we did, 3 4 hour hikes that like 12 people showed up for. Just incredible lessons were all learned. It was absolutely amazing to meet all these people, and people were so stoked about it. So um I want to read this. So a coyote, no, don't do that. Got my dog here. A coyote can run 44 miles an hour for 2 miles. How fast can a Sasquatch run? Oh my God, Royal. 44 miles. That's so fast, right? I got to tell you something, Royal. I think the coyote was moving faster than that. I think he was like 55 miles an hour. Like I never saw a coyote move like that. So maybe in sections of downhill is where he sped up. It's like man, he was so scared, and his strides were just like crazy, like he was just so fearfully terrified. But his technique was flawless. Like his run was beautiful. So and I remember he came over a hill and came down. He was just like, "Ah!" Like just moving so well. Some like a human being would panic and fall. Wild animals don't do that. Like I've seen, honestly, when I was younger, I chased coyotes and foxes on my snowmobile like a jerk. Don't do that. That's you kill them, not by you just don't do that. It's a real jerk off thing to do. I was a real ass to do that, and I'm sorry I ever did it. But as much as I would chase them and they would run like for their lives, what an ass thing to do. My God, I feel so bad about that. We make mistakes when we're younger. Please forgive me. But man, they never lost their technique. I'd see them just running through the snow. Like, man, the technique just was flawless. So just so much respect for these animals. But I would not, I know how fast 40 miles an hour, 50 miles, man, he was going 50. If he was going 1 mile an hour, he was going 50 miles an hour. Like he was just moving. So never saw a coyote move like that. So fast. And that Sasquatch just overtook him. Well, he had angles. He did have angles. But man, he just overtook him, and that the coyote saw him coming. He's like, ah! The coyote tried to shift a bit, and the Sasquatch just gave him a smack on his butt. At the time, I was in denial about my empathic energy. I felt that Sasquatch was pissed at him. He's like, "You little punk ass, you don't come around here. You know better. You don't mess with our spot." Like I could feel that energy from that Sasquatch empathically. So, and that this happened maybe 10, 15 years ago, a long time ago, before I did the Survivor Man episodes, maybe 2012 or something. So yeah, at least 10 years ago. And what an incredible thing to have witnessed. Just blew me away so dramatically. So Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife says I got really some bad news. Oh, Monday night, guys. Not going to talk about it here publicly, but I'm sure you will all hear about it eventually. Oh, well, I never like to hear about bad news, but sometimes things have to get bad before they get good. Sometimes we have to hit rock bottom before we come back up. I speak from experience, just with my Sasquatch research. Did y'all know I quit? Oh yeah, years and years ago, man, I quit. I was done for at least 3 years. I quit doing Sasquatch research. My documentary was done. I'd done the Survivor Man Bigfoot episode, so it was about 2015. I quit. I was so like done. Like I had this excellent documentary. I showed Meldrum a Sasquatch. I had all the success with Survivor Man, and nobody seemed to care. I was like, fine. Like I showed Jeff Meldrum a Sasquatch. I had the incredible success with Survivor Man. Like I only had Survivor Man for 3 freaking days at a time. And he was interacting with Sasquatch. He got within 10 yards of a Sasquatch on multiple occasions, guys. I know he was sleeping, but there were other, even when he was wide awake and they were coming around, that was Sasquatch out there. They left the tracks, took the apples. I mean, for God's sake, they were within, I don't know. Like he filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch. Like, what the hell else do you want? Like I was frustrated. I said, screw it. So I'm telling you this, Central Michigan, Bigfoot and Wildlife. We go down, dude, we fall, you get right back up again, right? So right back up, man. This is a fight. Like it is good versus evil out there, guys. Like there's evil stuff. I'm not talking about Bigfoot necessarily, but there's a fight going on. You got to stand up for what's right. If you don't, all that's necessary for evil to conquer is for good people to stand around and do nothing. That means you, good people, need to stand up for what's right. You have to, or we'll lose what's good. That's what happened in Nazi Germany. We're lucky we're not speaking German right now. We're lucky Hitler was crazy and took on Russia on multiple fronts. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened? His craziness beat him. He took on too many fronts, So these are lessons, guys. We just got to stand back up again. We got to fight for what's right. That's why I'm so passionate about this discovery. What does it have to do with Bigfoot? Well, everything, because the Sasquatch want us to wake up. Awakening to your telepathic ability is how you communicate with the Sasquatch. It's how we fix the planet. It goes together like peas and carrots, like bullets and guns, you know, like green on grass. Telepathy saves the planet. There's no two ways about it. If you don't understand that, imagine a world where we can all you can't lie. There's no more lying. There's no more judges, no more lawyers, blood sucking lawyers. We don't need police. Why? I know you committed the crime. I knew you were going to do it. There's going to be dudes out there with precognition. And that's me being, whoa. You're right. Precognition is a bit much. I've seen it. I have evidence of it. I know it's real. Okay, Todd, you're getting a little crazy. Step back, step back. Okay. But telepathy is real. They study in universities. They're studying precognition. The results aren't out, but they're coming. It's going to happen. Ever heard the term deja vu? Did we just dismiss that? So people can do precognition. If you can do precognition, you can see a crime coming. They made a movie about it. That Tom Cruise movie it was a legit movie about precognition. People would see the crime before it happened and stop it. So that stuff is real. I'm sorry, it's not science fiction. This is legit, real stuff. It's scary how what fiction becomes reality, right? So, but yeah, that's the way it is, and that's the awakening. So this all goes together. It all fits, it all matches, and it's so important. Jaguars are making their way back into the United States as well, where they once were centuries ago. I love it. Well, and isn't that it's kind of a tribute to good things going on, right? We wiped them out, and now they're coming back. I just think that's wonderful news, guys. I really do. Oh, Central, my prayers are going. Yeah. And you know what, dude? Hold fast, right? Hold fast. So, and if there's something we can do to help, by all means, I do the live show every week. We'd love to have you on here. But as someone again speaking through, man, I've been through the worst hard times. Oh my God, I had my ass handed to me, and then you persevere and you rise up, right? Does it? There's an old expression: "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." I don't buy that. Someone shoots you in the leg and it doesn't kill you, you limp for the rest of your life. You ain't running no more. It didn't make me stronger. So, but what doesn't kill you reforges you and it can make you stronger if you allow it to reforge yourself, rebuild yourself, reinvent yourself in new amazing ways. You know, grab hold of your destiny, hang on tight, and who knows where it's going to take you. You always just keep moving for the light and you'll find it. And again, you're listening to a man who's been mocked and called a liar and cheated and stolen from and deceived and backstabbed by the closest intimate people in my life. So I trust me, and the people that are out there that know the James and there's people that know me. You know what I've been through. You know what I've and I'm speaking from experience, so I can tell you one of the most powerful things I ever saw. Maybe it doesn't apply to this, but was a big lion. So I was having trouble child custody. I couldn't see my children anymore. And some days you feel like quitting, some days you feel like just giving up, like I did with Sasquatch. I remember seeing a picture of a big lion and a little lion. It was beautiful. And this cub's walking along with the little lion, and it really motivated me. It said, "Make sure you keep moving forward, because remember who's watching. If you're not a dad and if you're not a mom, it doesn't matter. You need to do you love this planet? Do you love nature? Like the universe is watching. God is watching if you believe in God, if that's your way. Allah's watching, Buddha's watching. I don't know. But what we do here will echo through eternity. What we do now and what we win and what we lose matters. So I say stand up, fight with honor and integrity. Don't let people take you down to their crap level. Cat Chaser, thank you for the donation. I do greatly appreciate it. If you want to make a donation, and YouTube really appreciates that donation, if you want to make a donation to me, go to discoveringbigfoot.org, and I actually will receive that money. I'm very grateful for this platform, and YouTube is very grateful for that donation that they get. Thank you, Cat Chaser, and I am very grateful. Thank you very much. Did you have a question, Cat Chaser? Todd, the government told park ranger. Todd, the government told a park ranger that hit a Florida Bigfoot in Florida and said to be quiet. What do you think about that? That doesn't even surprise me. What, does anybody trust their government anymore? I live in Canada. We're basically in a totalitarian society. And man, the stuff I've been watching and seeing in the United States, it's freaking scary. That's supposed to be a free country, and your media is controlled. What happened to Tucker Carlson? Anybody who speaks the truth just gets buried now. Like it's pretty scary, and the government's responsible for this. Like it's terrifying. So, do I trust the government? Not one little bit. Do I think they have our best interest in mind? I'm sorry. Can it change? Yes. But right now, as it sits, do I think Joe Biden really cares about the United States of America? This is my opinion. No. He cares about the money and the power and keeping those people in power. That's my perspective, and I see the evidence of it out there all the time. I don't trust the media for nothing. Well, if the media reported something, I wouldn't even believe it. So the lies and the cheating and the stealing that the media have done to us and the governments have done to us, it's so much corruption on all levels. I don't trust the government whatsoever. I'm sorry. Please, if you love the government, if you think the government has your best interest in mind, I'm happy for you. And I strongly disagree. But let's just do Bigfoot together, right? So Barbara Starks live in Thio Box, Louisiana. That's cool. Louisiana. That's awesome. We have a plantation. Name prices. Old legend has Devil's Swamp. In 2005, me and the girlfriend of mine had an incident with a Bigfoot. 1,000% in 2005. Well, that's so cool, Barbara. Can you send us the story? I'd like to hear more about it. It's bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I bet you that Andy already put it up there. But that's for the encounters. And if you're interested in an expedition, hell, Barbara, you want to learn what happened? This is the other thing that's so amazing, guys, is I will teach you through evidence and in from the heart. You'll learn if you've had a Sasquatch encounter, you think you have. You talk to me, you'll figure out the truth. I will illuminate you, man. The truth will so come out. I talk to people 3, 4 times a week that have had a Sasquatch encounter, some kind of sighting, and I break them down, and and it's just so beautiful. It's such a wonderful journey to take people on, because they'll convince themselves with their own testimony if they saw a Sasquatch, and then at the end of it they go, "Oh my God, I saw a Sasquatch," and I go, "Congratulations, there's something very special about you, and let's talk about what makes you special." Because I heard you say this, that makes you special. I heard you do this, that makes you special. Like the list just goes on and on. As an example, my Australian mate came out, and you can watch the videos. He tells me he's telling me stuff about the way he does things in Australia, and he tells me this one story. There's Gila monsters, I believe. Don't quote me on that. There's big like lizard things. So he's driving early in the morning. He gets up really early, and this beautiful lizard's on the road. It's a lizard. Actually, people call him if there's spiders in their places because he comes and gets them out and puts them away because he wants to get them to get killed. But I looked in his eyes, and he heartfelt told me. So he took this heat, let's call it just a giant lizard, and he moved it to the other side of the road. And then he got in his vehicle and he drove, and it ran back in front of me, and drove it over. I saw a tear come into his eye. He's like, "I'll never do that again." And I didn't question him. I wanted to say, "Well, how? What are you going to do different next time?" But I didn't question the man because he ran over this big lizard, and it broke his heart. Like he cried over it. Like he loves nature that much. I was like, "Man, this dude is special. This dude has a special passion for animals and nature. I don't really think he likes people much." That's okay. That's okay. I don't feel the same way. I like people. So I like most people. I can get along with a lot of people. So maybe I don't like a lot of people. I don't know. But I just saw the beauty in him, and I see so much beauty in masculine men and feminine women, and I'm becoming very empathic, and I get right to the bottom of these things, and it's always such a wonderful experience. I can't remember either if you're lying to me, be careful because I'm gonna get you. I can tell that you're lying. I do so well 95% of the time. If you're lying to me, I'm going to tear you apart, and I'm going to be disrespectful to you because you wasted my time and you're a liar. And I don't know why you want to do it. You're a narcissist, sociopath, you want to be famous. Cool. Be careful when you come tell me your stories because I'm going to find out the truth. That's why I do Bigfoot. I didn't come and figure out the reality of Bigfoot because I thought Bigfoot was real. Quite the contrary. I thought Bigfoot wasn't real. Why did I discover the species? Because The truth is what I was focused on. And every expedition that comes out with me, don't worry, Bigfoot, Bigfoot not, whatever. What I want you to do is I want you to wholly, heartfelt, wholeheartedly come out here and come out and figure out what the truth is, discover the truth. If that's your passion, you can never go wrong. You'll always find the goodness, the honesty, the integrity if you just search for the truth. And it's a wonderful gift that I have. And I'll find it in you and bring it out of you. Or if you're lying to me, I'm going to get you. And I don't have much sympathy for that. The lion doesn't like his baboons chirping and stuff. So I'm not going to be nice about it. I've damaged the relationships I had with people because, I remember a woman on Instagram who was a nice lady. She came and lied to me about a story and I busted her. I don't even think I have the video up. I was going to do a podcast about it. I totally busted her. I liked her and she's a nice artist. And then all the people that are artist friends, oh, you were so mean on her and so hard to her. She has a brain injury, whatever. She's a liar. She's contriving that story. She just wants to sell artwork. And I caught her, bald faced lying. So, and, it is what it is. So it's lessons, but this all, what does this matter with Sasquatch? The Sasquatch taught me this. The Sasquatch are teaching me this. The Sasquatch are my teachers. So I'm raising a new generation of Bigfoot enthusiasts. I'm trying to I try so hard, hog rotten. I try so hard to discourage my children. Man, if my son becomes a Bigfoot researcher, I'm going to kick his ass sideways. You go back to school, you go study your stuff. And then my daughter mentioned that she's only 4. Daddy, I want to do like, oh, please, little girl, go. Don't be a Bigfoot researcher. There's other wonderful things for you. So, and I really feel that way. I don't want them to be Bigfoot researchers. So I want them to love nature. I want them to understand Sasquatch is real, but I want them to appreciate the bears and the mountain lions and the things I don't appreciate, and learn it. Um, so Dr. DeBell says, either lives on my property. I noticed that either lives on my property or just passes through. Oh, they live. It must mean live. You must. So I noticed they either live on my property or just pass through. Has snapped and twisted one of my trees. That's amazing. Watch my documentary. Watch the Survivor Man Bigfoots. There's 4 episodes of Survivor Man Bigfoot. I can't recommend them enough. And watch my documentary. Learn what you can, and after that, come to the live shows. Ask me more questions. I'd love to help you. Hi, Todd. Do you think that Bigfoot have the ability to mind speak? I think I've answered that question 10 times this conversation. I don't think they do. I absolutely know they do. I've substantiated it with undeniable, truthful evidence over and over and over. They are mind speakers through and through. Amazing, incredible mind speakers. So, funny question, right? Where I have a course in mind speak. If you want to learn about mind speak, Larry Denalia, watch my link to. I'll put it up on this video. By tomorrow, it'll be up. So we're looking for the Mongolian Bigfoot in Arizona. Uh, and I wish you all the success. Don't know much about Arizona. I was in California. I was doing some research through there. When you get over to Arizona, the terrain is just like so different, right? Isn't And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Arizona like a lot like Southern California? Like, how is it even on the map? I can't look on my phone. But really different terrain there, and they're going to be doing some really significantly different things. So good luck on that journey of yours. And there's still lots. Even though the terrain's different, even though the ecology is significantly different, they'll do different things to survive. We could still help you a lot. So stay tuned with us, and whatever help we can give you, I'd love to offer it to you. And I wish you tremendous success on this journey of the discovering Bigfoot process, your own journey, which will be wonderful and magnificent. You can't go wrong. It's just going to be amazing. So especially, you know what? And this, I'll talk about the past with this. If you were doing this 30 years ago, you might spend your life and just pass away, and like John did, like the amazing, incredible, great Dr. John Benernagel, who was like simply nothing short of a father figure in my life. He passed away, and if you would ask him, he would have that regret that it didn't come to fruition and it didn't happen. So, and he didn't get enough. He deserved more, but maybe he didn't deserve more. It's painful for me to say that, because he was too much into the science. He wasn't enough into the mind speak and the spiritual aspects of it, and that set him up for failure. That's what science taught him, indoctrinated him. Ashley would say, and I would agree. It did indoctrinate him to not think outside the box. And if you don't think outside the box, you're not gonna. But science is embracing it now. Science accepts telepathy and mind speak and empathic ability. So you're really at a point now where this discovery is happening. You can go make the discovery through communicating with Sasquatch, through mind speak, through telepathy, and it's not a waste anymore, is it? And what's his name? Hog something? Hog Rotten. Your children will grow up and I think this discovery is coming to an end, guys. Like, I don't mean to an end, I mean to a beginning, like to fruition. Like, so many things, guys. So much stuff is happening right now. It just, the odds of success are, we won. It's already, you guys that are here watching this show, I'm gonna tell you, 2023, this is the year. Like, we won. The technology's here, the spirituality's here. The people have all come on board. I have more PhD. I have like 6 PhDs coming out this year on expeditions. And next year, it's just going to be so explosive. If you don't get on board this year with expeditions with me or Ashley or Kyle, you won't be able to get on board with this next year. We're going to be so booked. There'll be new people. You will get expeditions. There'll just be new people doing it in different states and provinces throughout Canada. I will probably be inaccessible next year when this story explodes about what's happening right now. And it will explode. And it's not going to explode in the media. It's going to explode with Mr. Beast or Joe Rogan or some YouTuber or some podcaster, top 5 podcaster, top 5 YouTubers going to pick this up and run with it, and it's just going to explode to another level of wow, and it'll change the world. Don't Hey, Central Michigan Bigfoot and wildlife, you going through tough times? Anybody going through tough times, you can get excited about the discovery of Sasquatch. I got a thermal drone that's going to be a game changer. I got people coming out. It's going to be game changers. I have an all-girl expedition. It's going to be a game changer. So if things are going bad, you're having trouble with stuff, be excited. Todd Standing says that the discovery is coming, and I am a man of my word. The discovery is going to break to a new level. I am very convinced it's literally going to be 1967 was that incredible Patterson footage, and the next incredible, undeniable, substantiated piece of footage that's absolutely mind blowing will be 2023 from me. So many ways that I'm going to go fight for it this year. So many ways that I don't have to fight for it. The Sasquatch are going to let it happen. There's no fighting involved. It's just going to all come together like peas and carrots. It's all here. The Sasquatch are talking to me about it. I've substantiated this mind speak. I've substantiated this remote uh, viewing that we're doing amongst each other. It's all come to fruition, and we're just going to reap the rewards of it. Congratulations to all of you that are in the know, and for those of you who are coming on board, welcome. Get ready. It's going to be a hell of a ride. It's going to be new, mind-blowing things. I've never had all these tools and assets at my disposal. I can't even. It's playing the odds, guys. Last year, I thought my odds were 60-40. I was wrong. They were 40-60. Just some stuff whooped my ass and set me back, like Central Michigan Bigfoot and wildlife has been set back. I got my ass whooped a little bit last year. So if you'd have flipped the coin 50-50, I was going to blow up, explode, and I did. I did really good, and we had tremendous success. This year, it's 90-10. The odds are explosion will have 90%. I'm giving it. Really, really, 90%. So don't take my word for it. Watch what happens. So they told me I couldn't get a video 3. I did. They told me I couldn't get a video 4, video 5. Told me I couldn't do all. I've always been canting me. People are always going to cant you and doubt you. I literally have 8. I can't even say that. It's 8 separate videos, but video 4 has 4 different angles. Video 5 has 3 different angles, 4 different angles. So I have multiple videos. So literally I have like 20 Sasquatch videos, and then I took photographs too. So I have probably another 10 photographs that are associated with those videos that were taken at the same time those videos were taken. So I have all that evidence, and I'm going to blow that right out of the water this year. 4K, undeniable, absolutely spectacular evidence. So you want to bet on a horse in your mind. Don't financially bet. I'm just telling you, be excited because this I am thrilled. I'm so excited. It's hard for me. I'm a very passionate person, and oh my god, look at all the questions here. So just Cappy McCappy. Oh, thanks for the donation. I'm always trying to mind speak with my pet deer in my yard. Hood spot in southeast of Nia Bay on the. That's such a good thing to do, Cappy. Man, you're on the right track, dude. So, and literally the people that are teaching this, Larry and Analia, go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org. It's right there. I'd look it up on my phone. That's where you go. Don't worry about a link. Just go to discoveringbigfoot.org. The course is right there. Larry and Analia, and they'll get you right on track. They're outstanding. And they really, after years of working with me, they developed this course enormously in conjunction with me. I had to grow into this. And now, since I've grown, y'all have grown with me, or you wouldn't be listening if you didn't have, some sort of, hey, this is pretty cool. This is looking really interesting. So that's my suggestion. That course is really important. It's on discoveringbigfoot.org. Go have a look at it. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys. My God, look at the questions. I could just scroll here. Look at how many questions. Oh my God. So that is absolutely awesome. People from all over the world tuning in today. Thank you all for joining. Literally, the Sasquatch family. We're all tuned in today. It's such an honor to do this show with you guys. I just love it so much. I'm gonna do this show for the next 20 years. You know what? That's not true. I'm coming on to the big 50. Ooh, I'm 50 years young, and man, I'm going to be hiking. John Benernigel was out there hiking at 75. I will be hiking in the bush doing expeditions for 25 years and doing this show for 25 more years. Can you imagine that? Watching me grow old through the years, right? Just old, 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 old. And but you know what? The live show will never stop. Why would it? In 25 years, I'll stop hiking. Why would I stop doing the live show? Now I'll have all these people around me, all these young people coming up, working underneath me, breaking this to new discoveries. The live show will never stop. I'll be doing the live show till the end of my days. I'll never be in an old folks home, but I'll be unable to go out there and hike, and I'll have one of these voices, and I'll just be wrinkled as it can be from all the sun that I've been out in, and I'll be smiling and doing the live show because I just absolutely love it. It's such a wonderful part of my life. You guys have been through a lot with me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much for tuning in today. Take care of yourself. Bye for now. Maj,